Okay, so we are now live on YouTube as well. So just a quick introduction about Param Karuna Prabhuji. So Prabhuji, he was born and brought up in a modest family, and he did his studies in management, and he did his studies from Delhi University, and after that he continued his studies from a university in Canada, Richard Ivey School of Business, and after that he worked with many corporate companies like E&Y, PwC, Bell, etc. And in 2015, Prabhuji somehow he got in touch with he somehow got a Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada, and he read that, and after that he became inclined towards spiritual life. And currently, Prabhuji is serving in ISKCON Vrindavan, and he is taking care of a devotee community of 5,000 plus devotees. And he is also part of ISKCON Devotee Care Directorate, and he is assisting many senior leaders in ISKCON to spread the culture of devotee care globally. So we are very happy and we are very fortunate to have you, Prabhuji, here. So we would like to welcome you one time by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Over to you, Prabhuji, now.
Thank you so much, Akshay Gaurang Prabhu, Akshay Gaur Sundar Prabhu. Very, very grateful. And some of the things you said got expanded by, I think, 1-0, but rest of the introduction was all okay. So very grateful to you. So let's start with Mangalacharan and then we'll start. Om Ajnanatamirampasya Jnananjanashalantaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karunyam Dadati Swapadantitam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Talvetam Savadhutam Parajan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhan Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Mancha Kalpatarubhescha Kripa Sindhu Bhiyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnu Krishna Bhakti Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauri Chami Shashana Vipasha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnu Krishna Bhakti Swami Namo Chami Right above the line, God, the Ram, the Living Father. Okay, Akshay Prabhu, is my voice, sound, audio, video, is everything okay?
Yes, Prabhuji, looks good to me.
Okay, so if devotees would also like to come outside the veil of black screen, it will be very encouraging. It's always good to have the personal form of devotees than the impersonal form I'm seeing right now. So if the situations allow of any such devotees, kindly keep the video on, and it's always a good practice to do so for the encouragement of anyone who's speaking at this forum. So I'm extremely grateful to the Akshay Gaur Sundar Prabhu and the team to invite me here. Feeling very unqualified because many great disciples of Guru Maharaj have come here, and I still have much less experience and emotions and surrender than many people in the past have come here who had them. So very grateful to the devotees who invited me here. So I want to share a little bit about my beginning of Krishna consciousness, and then I would connect this to my experiences with Guru Maharaj, and then just try to glorify Guru Maharaj with my limited capacity. Is that okay, Akshay Prabhu? Is this format okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. It's fine.
Okay, so like Akshay Vasanza Prabhu explained, I was born and brought up in Delhi, and I had a difficult childhood in terms of upbringing, as in family was very modest or less than modest, but Krishna was very kind to give me a lot of good struggle and a lot of success in very early stage of my life. I went through my education quite a lot, achieved a lot in my education, went abroad, and did a lot of my education on scholarship by Krishna's mercy, and then worked in many countries. And the track of life went so high that my last position in corporate world was a position in which I was running a company, but was not feeling satisfied within. And then I was not going to leave it also. Then, as Krishna says in Srimad Bhagavatam, when he shows his special mercy, sometimes he takes away things. So some tough moments came in my life, which made me ask the basic questions of life. But the beauty of Krishna's such mercy is that before he sent those challenges in my life, he'd already arranged for a Gita to come in my hand. So Srila Prabhupada's Gita came in my hand. I almost read through half of it before the challenges, before the cloud of challenges bursted over me. And that half Gita that I read really supported me in my life. But then I think half was not enough for me to leave anything. So I was still holding on to various things. And then more challenges came. And then I came to a conclusion of life where I had to leave a lot of things in my life, including my corporate experience, and spend some personal time for a good time. Then when the phase of challenges went away, then the challenges went away and I had become somewhat more surrendered to Bhagavad Gita, though I did not know about Srila Prabhupada or even about Lord Krishna at the time when I had read part of Gita. But understanding Gita gave me so much of courage that the purpose of life cannot be just building balance sheets or earning in big corporates. It has to be something bigger and deeper than that. So that became a turning point in my life. And I left it all to start working with children. So since at that time I used to think that Manav Seva is Madhav Seva, so I started with Manav Seva. So I felt that maybe serving in orphanages and dealing with orphan children, caring for them, doing something for them would be very good for me and would probably be a path of spirituality. But I've again faced a lot of failures in that path also. All the children that I would try to, encourage them to take a spiritual path, though I didn't know what is spirituality to begin with. All my actions really got bewildered. I mean, all my attempts got bewildered. Whosoever I tried to connect to God in the way I understood God at that time, all those attempts got bewildered, and nothing worked for a long time. And then a mercy happened in my life that I went to Krishna Balram Mandir in Vrindavan once, and someone gave me the second most important, or maybe I can say an equally important book of my life after Gita, which is Srila Prabhupada Lilaamrita. So when I read half of Gita and I started reading another half of Srila Prabhupada Lilaamrita, by the time I had read the other half of Lilaamrita, I had understood in my life where I was going wrong. So I wanted to please the God, but I didn't know who is God and what I should do with all my actions. So I understood from a sentence of Prabhupada Lilaamrita that whatever we do, we should keep Krishna in the center of all our actions. So I had understood that concept, and suddenly Krishna arranged for a very, very important experience of my life, that he sent me to a juvenile home. Juvenile home is a jail for children. But since it's children, so it's not as harsh a jail as you would have for adults. So someone who knew my work connected me to a juvenile home and said that why don't you start helping these children? And I had already started reading Prabhupada Lilaamrita, and I realized that when Prabhupada went to US, he started doing kirtan there. And I was going to Krishna Balram Mandir, and I was very attracted with kirtan. So I thought, maybe let me bring some ISKCON team to do kirtan there. But for whatever reason, I could not arrange for any ISKCON team to come with me to that juvenile home. So I had to go alone. So I picked up a kartal, started doing kirtan. And I remember in the first kirtan, we did a kirtan for almost 1.5 hours, in which these children who have attempted murder, some had done murder, some had done rapes, some had done rapes and murder, various kind of crimes that are very hard for us to even imagine. These children had done all that. But when they heard Lord Krishna's name, when they heard Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, some of them had tears coming out of their eyes. Many were just absolutely in a different space altogether. And I could, for the first time, feel that this mantra has some power. And I went, it's a long story, but just to summarize, I spent almost 2 years there as a full-time volunteer. And we used to spend a lot of time with those children there. They would learn Gita as whatever I understood and chant the name and so on. And alongside, I started connected to some devotees in ISKCON, and I started building relationship with devotees in ISKCON. And then I met my counselor, His Grace Lilaamrita Prabhuji, who invited me to work in ISKCON Gurukula. And he gave me a proper cushion to survive in the initial years of my life, and even continues to support me and engages me. So I came to ISKCON Gurukul, which is in Vrindavan, and started serving there. When I started serving there, along this time, I just made this base so that I can share with you now how I got connected to Guru Maharaj in this entire scheme of things. While I was there in Vrindavan, I was living in a brahmachari ashram. My parents really wanted me to get married, and they had huge pressure on me, piles of mountains of pressure on me to get married. And I did everything to evade that pressure, and I wasn't sure whether I should get married or not. And it became to such an acute stage that they were having very serious negative thoughts about their own life because I was not getting married and I had given my life to ISKCON. So, though 1.5 years I evaded and I continued to do my service, but a point in time came, and I remember this, just recollecting some of the moments before I came today, that this was right in July 2016. We had Gaurnatai deities in our Gurukul campus at that time. And Gurukul campus, if some of you had visited, it's a 75-acre campus which used to be like a khandar at that time. There was no building, there was nothing there. Now you see it's a full-fledged campus with a big community. At that time, it was like 2 buildings half constructed and just tons of steel everywhere and debris everywhere and so on. So in those state I was living, and we had Gaurnatai deities. So I prayed to them out of intense pressure that, my dear lordships, I'm not sure whether I should marry or not. But if you feel I should marry, then kindly you arrange for someone with whom I can actually not go back in my path of devotional service. My path should expand rather than contract after my service. And if you feel that I will not get such a person, kindly do everything so that I never get married. So I prayed like that. And it's very interesting. Hundreds of kilometers away, my would-be wife of that time happened to pray to Guru Maharaj right at that time. So this was July 2016. My would-be wife, she's unfortunately not able to join today, Krishna Premi. Her father was also very, very worried. And they went to Guru Maharaj. And I wasn't connected to Guru Maharaj at all at that time. I didn't even know much about him. So they prayed to Guru Maharaj that her father prayed that my daughter is not getting married. We have been trying for years and years. And then Guru Maharaj specially called my would-be wife at that time, wrote her name in his diary. So I'm sure many of you know that Guru Maharaj maintains a very special diary of mercy. And in his diary, at that time, he used to write the names of all those people, and he would literally pray for them. And he would literally pray for each and every person that he wanted to pray for. And I'm very sure, though I'm not conversant with this practice now, but I'm very sure Guru Maharaj still continues to specially pray for all his disciples. And I'm sure even with names for many. So he wrote down the name of my would-be wife, and he specially prayed. And with his Jagannath stick, he blessed her. And he said certain words, you'll find a good match. And then in 1 week's time, we got connected. And another 1 month's time, our marriage got fixed. So for 2.5, 3 years, she tried, nothing happened. I evaded and I didn't make anything happen. I didn't I didn't ensure that nothing would happen. But in that 1 month, when I talked with my wife for the first time, I shared with her everything, the life I would take. I would stay in ISKCON. I would continue to serve in ISKCON. And as Grihasthas, we would have a lot of challenges because we're not going to be accumulating wealth and so on. And I literally remember I was speaking out of standing on the steel, tons of steel debris that was standing, and there was no home for us even to stay where I was serving. With all the uncertainties, I shared with her my idea of how I want to live, and she supported. And in 1 month's time, by Guru Maharaj's blessing, somehow that match happened. And I honestly did not know what is the deeper significance of that marriage at that time. But a few weeks later, she revealed to me that she is connected to Guru Maharaj. And when she told me about Guru Maharaj once, I was very new in ISKCON then. I had not known many of the gurus at that time, except His Holiness Gopal Krishna Swami Maharaj, with whom we have worked and served in Delhi NCR, where I was serving. I wasn't aware of Guru Maharaj so much, except that I remember after she told me that for almost just maybe 120, 130 seconds, when I had taken some of these juvenile home kids to East of Kailash temple once, Guru Maharaj, after his stroke, had come. This must have been maybe 2016 only, early 2016. And he was in his wheelchair, and I saw him. I paid my obeisances, but because the children that I was with were creating a lot of noise, so I had to bring all the children out, and I could not spend time with him. And I actually wondered who in this state is giving a class. And just with this thought, I came out. And when my wife, future wife of that time, told me that aspiring from His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, it's the first time I got to know about him. And I didn't know that, of course, there's a as our life went ahead, I like to believe that this marriage happened for a good reason. But I also thank eternally to my good wife, because she connected me to Guru Maharaj. So when she glorified Guru Maharaj, I had this desire to connect to him. Now the challenge is, one of the biggest challenge for me was, I'm not sure if there are other devotees also face this challenge. So I got to know about Guru Maharaj only 2016. By that time, he had a lot of speech problem, and he was living a very different kind of life. So I never saw him with all the buoyance and with all the enthusiasm, swimming with devotees, having his pastime with devotees, with all the joy that he would do, the kind of energy he would exhume. For me, I just saw him on chair in person, and I had these videos of the past to see. So somehow I was very, very disappointed. I almost felt like, I'm sure people may have read this in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that devotees used to feel so sad and disappointed when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas and got his hair cut, people would just almost feel like committing suicide, thinking that what about those pastimes we used to have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? What about his Vidya Leela? What about his Bal Leela? What about his pastimes and Shiva Sanga? None of those would be there in the same way that they used to have after his taking sannyas. I felt the same for Guru Maharaj. But I entered at a time when I could not see Guru Maharaj in those pastimes, and this is my misfortune. So I was very sad and I was very disappointed, but I went ahead and I started hearing some lectures of Guru Maharaj to build my faith. And I think it is rightly said that Krishna is the one who gives faith for demigods in our heart, for himself in our heart, and even for devotees in our heart. So I think Krishna was very kind to give me that faith in our Guru Maharaj. And just a matter of 1 month, I felt so connected that I felt that I want to make him my spiritual master. And in 1 month's time, our marriage got fixed. So on August 9, 2016, I, as an insignificant person, wrote an email to Guru Maharaj. So this is so interesting that when I wrote that email, I was almost of this belief that I'm just writing an email into thin air. Because this is Guru Maharaj in a very tough state at that time in 2016. And he's still more active now in terms of his email communication, everything. In 2016, I believe that may not be so. And to top it all, who am I to write an email and for Guru Maharaj to reciprocate with that email? But because I wanted to share with him about the news of our getting married, so I wrote back to him. And I wrote quite a detailed email of almost 3-4 paragraphs with the idea that I've mailed my email and that's it. I should be satisfied, get married, and move on. And it's so amazing that in just a few weeks' time, I get the mail back from Guru Maharaj. And I had introduced in my email that I am that insignificant half of the one you blessed to get married to. And somehow by, I think, your mercy, we got connected. So I'm connecting you through the reference of my would-be wife. And I share a bit about my life with Guru Maharaj. And I had also shared an article on Dandavats that I had written for my juvenile home preaching experience. Just out of curiosity, I had shared that article. So I was so shocked that Guru Maharaj wrote almost a 3-4 paragraph email, quite equivalent to the size of email I had written. And then he clearly guided me as to what you should do for your life, for your marriage. What are the things you need to do before the marriage? Some guidance he also gave at that time. And then he even read the article in Dandavats and he commented me that I really like the part that the chanting helped these children. He even commented that I did not know that there are jails for children. He thought, so Guru Maharaj commented that I was in this impression that there are jails only for adults. And then he sent that article to the Congregational Development Ministry for them to review and maybe start some juvenile home project. So I was so amazed that my email would be probably one of the hundreds of emails of devotees who may be sending. And he had time in 2016 to write 3 paragraphs with so much specifics. And he read the entire article, which is another maybe 9, 10, maybe 1,000, 1,500 words. And he wrote specific information that I had mentioned in that article. And that is the mercy of Guru Maharaj. That I really felt at that time, just when the spiritual master knows we are broken and we need his help, just that time he knows when to support. And that time I needed his presence a little bit in my life to have faith in him, to actually surrender to him. And he just did that one email, and I was really, really purchased by his gesture. And then he also wrote in that email, from the database, I count that you are not my disciple yet. This is another amazing thing. So just try to imagine if Guru Maharaj can go for one email to do so much depth, what would be doing for his near ones and dear ones, if he can do this for me. So he must have gone through the database, realized I'm not there part of the database, and he encouraged me, why don't you get sheltered and take this journey ahead? So I was not sure about getting sheltered. I loved him, I liked him, but that aspect of commitment was too soon for me. But when he said that, why don't you take shelter, I paid heed to it. And one time he was coming to the airport. So this was the time in 2016, if some of you may be aware of. He used to come to the ILBS hospital in Delhi. And in the ILBS hospital, he would get his treatment for the kidney because there was a lot of water accumulation in his body at that time. So he came one time in the airport, and on the airport itself, I offered flowers to the lotus feet of Guru Maharaj, and I took shelter. It was very haywire, it was very chaotic to take shelter at the airport. But I think just being fortunate enough to take shelter anywhere, even if it's like just before going to hell, is a great mercy. So I think the airport is a much better place to take shelter on. So I took that shelter, and I started, getting more and more deeply connected with Guru Maharaj. And then my bond grew with him. But since he was not here in Delhi NCR so much, and I was in Vrindavan, so there was not so much of personal connection at that time. But I would pray quite often that if I, as an insignificant person, can get some personal time with Guru Maharaj. And even though our greatest instruction is that Vani is the supreme, but I think Vapu is also needed at some point in time to have faith in Vani and to give yourself to the Vani. So for me at that time, Vapu was important. I used to pray to Krishna. And amazingly enough, when Guru Maharaj came to ILBS hospital, by the mercy of devotees like we have Mahavara Prabhu, we have Madhav Kanta Prabhu, by the mercy of these devotees, I got an opportunity to serve Guru Maharaj in the hospital at PS. So I got an opportunity. I was not initiated. I was just sheltered. I didn't know so much about the ways and conduct also. But somehow Guru Maharaj was very kind that through his disciples, he invited me to serve in that hospital. And this service was quite intimate, because you can imagine Guru Maharaj in the hospital was externally dependent on all his disciples, and we were a team of 3-4 people. And my seva was mostly in the night, and so I would go there in the night, and I would reach there after doing a complete packed day of service till 7 o'clock. Would hardly have any time to sleep. The little bit of sleep, I would go there to serve Guru Maharaj. But the minute I would enter into the hospital room of Guru Maharaj, it's like entering into a space with all the energy, and I would be so energetic to do what I have to do for the rest of the night. And this, and there I had many close up experiences with Guru Maharaj that I want to just share with you. Maybe 2-3 examples I want to share with you, which are very close-up experiences, because we were in the same room as Guru Maharaj, and we saw him throughout the day till the night. So one of the experiences we had, actually not in ILBS, we had in Parthasarathi temple, where Guru Maharaj was meeting devotees. And as you all know, whenever Guru Maharaj visits a temple, you have hundreds of devotees meeting him minute after minute. So this is almost now 10 o'clock. He has not taken his prasadam of the evening. And then the last stream of devotees has gone inside, and all the servants of Guru Maharaj are telling him it's time for him to take prasadam and then lie down for his bed. At that time, he used to have a lot of problem in breathing, and he had to take a machine to actually breathe properly. So, and lungs were also not so strong. So the advice was for him to sleep timely, but he wanted to finish discussions with all the devotees. So this is Parthasarathi temple. If any one of you may know, in the guest house, we have a big floor there where all the devotees were there. And I was standing outside, and minute after minute, devotees are meeting and going, and the floor is getting empty. And this is now almost 10:30. We are way late in our service. Guru Maharaj has to lie down and he has to sleep. At 10:30, when everyone has gone out and it's pin drop silent, and the disciples of Guru Maharaj, the servants, are trying to pull him up from this chair to the bed, suddenly he says, "I want to go out." And everybody's perplexed. Why does Guru Maharaj want to go out of the room? And then everyone is saying, "Please don't go out." Everyone has gone. So it turns out that some devotee has told Guru Maharaj that he's going to be waiting outside for him. And that devotee did not come at that time. So devotee committed and devotee is missing. But Guru Maharaj knew that this devotee will come back. So Guru Maharaj went by the wheelchair through the help of all his servants. Literally the entire floor of Parthasarathi guest house, where you see where his room is, they went searching for those devotees. And once Guru Maharaj was satisfied those devotees were not there in the floor, they are not there, then he came back and then he lied down on his bed. And this moment was so cherishable for me, because of course we hear these instances all the time of Guru Maharaj, but the extent to which he went around and he was searching for a devotee while he has got hundreds of devotees he has met, and this was just phenomenal for me. So this was one moment very special for me. Another very important moment was very, very nice, funny moment. So Guru Maharaj, even though is in a very difficult stage in hospital. So in hospital, you would imagine that he's got all the bandages and the blood infusion apparatus on his wrist. Everything is there. He's like literally packed with all these apparatus all the time. Okay? But he would be so funny. He would be absolutely humorous all times. In this state, if let's say if I have a headache for half an hour, that takes me to a different consciousness altogether. You imagine there is tons of the wires going inside his wrist, right? And he's on his wheelchair, and in 2016, he was still taking his therapy to move out of the wheelchair and take his steps. It was still very nascent at that time. He literally packed up to his chair. And what to speak of that? he would have to go to the washroom 2-3 times a day. And to take him to the washroom and bring him back will be an endeavor that could just, deter so many people. But he would go there very, very, very swift, without any problem. So one day, so we had to take him out to the hospital 2-3 times because his stomach was upset. Every servant was exhausted. At the end of the day, we put him to the bed, and because he has to take this machine to breathe better, so this machine that he had to take to breathe better, it almost looks like a machine the swimming champions wear to swim at a farther distance. It kind of looks like that. It's not like that, but it looks like that, with the big glasses and then the mask and everything. It looks like a swimming costume machine. So we were trying to put, the servants were trying to put that into Guru Maharaj's mouth. Guru Maharaj put it. And then just imagine, this is like 11 a.m. Everyone is dead exhausted. And they're hoping Guru Maharaj doesn't have to be taken to washroom again. He's well settled. And Guru Maharaj has gone through of inconvenience. And then, just before the lights are off, Guru Maharaj starts doing this. So with his hand, he starts acting that he's like swimming because of that machine that looked like a swimming costume machine. And everyone burst into laughter at that time. And everyone is in like a different Vaikuntha. So much inconvenience he has gone through, and he's cracking a joke. And he cracks joke all the time in the hospital. So hospital is not a kuntha for him, for a liberated soul like him. It's a place where he does his own pastimes, and he does preaching, and he tells the world that here is a person who is not limited by the body. This was another very beautiful pastime. Another very, very touching pastime that happened, which again, these are very small things, but when you observe, you find so much of mercy on Guru Maharaj in these pastimes. So one time I'm very thin by my body, right? I don't have enough physical strength, so to speak. So Guru Maharaj's servants are like very strong, usually very strong. I didn't find any weak, or let's say like physically or externally weak person who was in his seva in the evening, because you have to pull up Guru Maharaj. And how do you have to pull up Guru Maharaj? You have to basically put your hand under his armpit. Both the servants have to put the hand in their armpit, and then in coherence they have to pull up Guru Maharaj at the same time. And if you don't pull up in coherence, then this gives him a lot of pain. Because if one person pulls up on one side, other person does not pull at the same time, this body is not that strong, it gives a lot of inconvenience and pain. Okay. Then you have to pull the feet of Guru Maharaj. So many things are there which requires heavy strength. So there was this one time I had this desire that I could hold Guru Maharaj. Personally, I could hold him, I could touch him, I could hold him, and I could touch his divine body. But I was very thin, and the kind of service they were doing, it required a lot of strength. In fact, I was afraid at the same time, if I volunteer, even if I go wrong in it, because of me, Guru Maharaj will just fall down, or we may have inconvenience. So what do I do? But in my heart, I was very, very, very much desiring that this happens. So one time what happened, Guru Maharaj's one servant was missing, and there was another servant. And suddenly Guru Maharaj wanted to rush to the bathroom. So there was no one else. It was me and the other servant for a certain second. And I had to volunteer. And I was very excited to volunteer. So when I went ahead, I pulled my hand. I was just about to put my hand inside the armpit of Guru Maharaj, and I knew that the weight is to be done. Suddenly the other person, the strong volunteer, the strong servant comes out. And Guru Maharaj sees him. Guru Maharaj sees him. So Guru Maharaj sees him, the other servant also sees him. So they say, I think better let him do it. So this volunteer comes and he takes my position back. And in that millisecond, or whatever, that millisecond, that fraction of a second, my face drops like paralysis, like a paralyzed face. It's like, you are just about to, it's like Narad Muni seeing Krishna, and then Krishna suddenly disappeared. No? You are in complete chaos. Your life has now just got into devastation. I was all disappointed. I was very moved. But Of course, I had this feeling that it's good for Guru Maharaj that this person has come, but I was disappointed. It was all over my face. So Guru Maharaj saw my face and he literally said, no, let him come back. So here's a stronger person. He's already taken a position. So this is like all magical chairs going on. First I was there and that person came in. The Guru was saying, no, let him go. And then I came in. And then I finally picked up Guru Maharaj. And by Krishna's mercy, I did not do any mistake. And I picked up Guru Maharaj. And I had his hand in my hand and my other hand was pulling up his armpit. So actually, I meditated on that moment a lot in my life. I still meditate a lot on that moment in my life. And I realized that this is how our Guru Maharaj is. We are all here to do mistakes. We are all here to do various things we should not do as disciples. And he just wants to keep us going on, keep us specified, keep us engaged, even if it means a cost on his body. Literally, I felt like that we are not qualified to hold him or pull him up. Like I was not qualified physically also. And it is risky for him to be pulled up like by people like me. But he's giving that chance to all donkeys like myself, giving us that chance. So that moment really touched my heart, and I felt so overwhelmed with that moment. Then one of the beautiful things was also that happened with me in my exchanges was that one day my birthday fell into the day of Nityanand Triyodashi, which was itself a very divine day to experience, and I was serving Guru Maharaj on that very day. So Madhav Kantapu was very kind to bring a cake, and Guru Maharaj cut the cake with me. And that was a very special moment in my life. Maybe the one birthday that I still like to remember all my life. And then that's how a lot of things went, and we had various other instances. Then in between, around this was I think 2017, I started getting this idea that I should get initiated from Guru Maharaj. But it took me some time. In August 2019, I got a chance to get initiated from Guru Maharaj with my wife. So we both got initiated, and we had a daughter which was just 3 months old at that time. So she was in the womb. We all got initiated with Guru Maharaj. And I remember that even though we were there in Mayapur, just seeing Guru Maharaj on the terrace of Mayapur in his building and giving lectures is one of the greatest moments I relish in my life. So yeah, there are many other emotions, many other exchanges, many other things. So now, even though I'm not directly, it was always my desire to serve in Guru Maharaj's territory. One time I went to Guru Maharaj and said, Guru Maharaj, I'm so unfortunate that I'm not able to directly serve you in some personal capacity in your region and everything. But I'm also happy I'm serving Srila Prabhupada's mission. I've got so many services. So Guru Maharaj specified me and said that wherever you serve Srila Prabhupada, you're serving him. And in his sentences always specify me that I don't get to serve him directly in a physical capacity. I don't get to spend so much time with him. That's not my fortune yet. But the fact that I'm serving Srila Prabhupada and the fact that he wants to serve Srila Prabhupada is connecting us. And then as long as I continue serving Srila Prabhupada and his dear disciples, Guru Maharaj is happy. Guru Maharaj is very happy as long as we are in ISKCON and we are serving with our full heart. And he's absolutely happy. So yeah, this is it. I would like to maybe limit myself here. And if there are any questions or anyone like add further or comments or realization, we can share and then we can continue. Akshay Gaurasundar Prabhu, please, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. It was very wonderful. I also remember, I don't know, it was 2016 or what. Like I also visited Guru Maharaj when he was in ILBS. So
okay.
Like, because I was working in Bangalore and my hometown is in Saharanpur. So I was going from Saharanpur to Bangalore, and I was in Delhi for some time so that I could take darshans of Guru Maharaj. So I went there. It was evening time. So when I went there, I saw like Guru Maharaj, although the condition was not, very good. So, but still he was doing Aarti. I think it was Damodar month only, if I remember correctly. So he was doing Aarti over there. And after that, he was applying Narsimha oil to the devotees. And the way he was
Right.
applying, not like just here.
Very good.
So because you're telling us so many pastimes of that. So I also remember this one funny pastime, like how Guru Maharaj is so funny. He'll do like that. Thank you for
Right.
reminding me about that thing as
Thank
well.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you so much, actually, Vasanthapur.
yeah. So any
Yeah.
devotee, any question if you have, it's a time to ask Prabhuji. Anything you want to share and ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. This is Anand Vihari Krishnadas Prabhuji. Please
Hare
accept my
Krishna.
sincere,
Hare
honest
Krishna.
obeisances on your lotus feet. Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Damat Pranam.
I would just like to, because I have just been initiated in 2020. I'm much junior to you, Prabhuji. But yes, I unfortunately have never got a chance to serve Guru Maharaj. And because our initiation was during COVID period, so it was during all that time that concept of online had started, and Guru Maharaj started this. So we were one of those few devotees who experienced this. But yes, I got a chance to meet Guru Maharaj, meet or just have darshan. I cannot say meet. Unfortunately, I'm not so fortunate enough to get a chance to meet him. But yes, when I got a chance at Patna ISKCON inauguration, temple inauguration, I got a chance because I was always praying that I don't know whether I'll get a chance to see him in person. Because that was my wish, that was my desire, and I was hankering for it. Another, so, and I'm a professional man working in an organization. The chances of getting a leave was very dim, very dim. So my all co-god brothers, sisters, they were saying, Prabhu, are you coming to Patna? Patna is your hometown. You should come. This, that. I say, I don't know. It doesn't seem that. And you won't believe uh, that just 2 days back, I got a call from Patna ISKCON and from the president, Krishna Prabhuji, that are you coming? I said, no, Prabhuji, I don't think so. I'll be able to make it. He says, no, that's an order of Guru Maharaj. You have to come. I said, I don't know. What will I do? That's my wish, but I cannot do anything. And you won't believe, uh, I don't know what happened. So it was late night. And with this thought, I went off to sleep by remembering Guru Maharaj, that I don't know, Guru Maharaj, what is going to happen. I wish to come, but it all depends on you, depends on the Lord. Because I'm this side also, professionally also, I'm committed. I don't know what to do. And you won't believe, early in the morning, I got up and I got a call from my boss that Anurag, I want this work to be done. I said, fine, sir, I'll reach the office, I'll get it done, I'll inform you. Then I said, yeah, let us use this opportunity. I said, I also want to talk something in person, sir. In personal, sir. He said, what? I said, sir, I need leave for 2 days. Just please bear, it is very important. So kya ho gaya? Everything is fine at home. I said, sir, everything fine at home, but I need, it is, I cannot tell you, I'll share you when I come back. He said, okay, but you have to ensure that there's no problem in the factory. I said, yes, I ensure that. I'll be on the phone. And I'm telling you, then I informed my god brothers that I'm coming. He said, what happened? Yesterday night, you said you're not coming. Today in the morning, you're telling you're coming. I said, I just went off to sleep with a thought and praying to Guru Maharaj, that Guru Maharaj, please do something. And he did it within the night itself. And I got a leave and I attended it. And I also do cherish few moments when I saw him very closely, when he was blessing us. And those were the moments that the people were taking photographs. I say, I will not take photograph. That the lens of my eye has to capture that photograph for lifelong. I don't want that. I don't want to miss the chance that my focus is somewhere else on the camera. If somebody clicks that photograph, thank you very much. I cannot. I don't want to miss this.
Very nice.
So
Very
this is
nice.
what I also cherish Prabhuji with a one few that, yes, and he came, and you won't believe, I've shared earlier also that I had a wish that I could touch his feet, but you know, you have worked as a very close associate of Guru Maharaj. That I always say the Guru Maharaj security is tougher than the SPG security of the Prime Minister. So I wanted to touch his feet, but every time, go, don't touch, don't touch. I said, I don't know, what will I do? And I was telling my Siksha Guru Mataji, Mataji, please tell Guru Maharaj to give me a kick on my head. Now that is all. He said, how will I kick you? Why should I kick you? I said, that is also okay, but I want to touch his feet. And you won't believe, somehow or the other, I don't know why did I move towards the in the temple towards the deity. I thought I'll have a darshan of deity when a whole program is going on, and suddenly I saw the people are saying, move on, Guru Maharaj is coming. And I think so it was a planning of Guru Maharaj and Lord Krishna Radharani, that I was there, and I am a very short-hearted man, Hadi, 5 feet 3 inches. So I could just dip in and I could just put my hand, and I think so Guru Maharaj, I don't know how did he, but he made me touch his feet. And that is a moment which I really cherish. So
Very
this is
nice.
how we get satisfied. So I was just trying to share, because you said that you cherish those moments. So we, though this way we also cherish. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Prabhuji, for sharing. Thanks a lot. Hare Krishna. Sarva Pranam.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank
One
you.
Mataji has asked a question. Can I take this up, Akshay Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, it's for you.
So one Mataji has asked a question, how can I serve Guru Maharaj Ji? So I think it's the most important question for all of us in our heart. How can we serve Guru Maharaj? And we should definitely think of it. See, in different capacities, we can serve differently. So if I'm a householder, and let's say Mataji is in a home. So Guru Maharaj especially said, if you serve your deities nicely, you serve me. So by serving your deities also, Mataji, one can serve Guru Maharaj. Then in our Guru Maharaj has put up on his website. If you download his app or look at his website, his displayed all his instructions received from Srila Prabhupada. So you can actually go to the website and see which of the instructions you can contribute in your own ways. Some people can do book distribution, some people can do some teaching. And now, by the way, the great Kartik month is coming, and Guru Maharaj is fond of Damodar Deep being offered. And it's his great desire that thousands and lakhs of Damodar lamps are being offered in the next month. So I would definitely encourage everyone, if you're on locality, along with the temple communities, we can expand these number of Damodar lamps, and we can have many lamps offered in the name of Guru Maharaj also. That would please him a lot. So there are many instructions on the website you can see, and you can particularly find what you can do, and you can do that as an offering to Guru Maharaj. Okay. Any other question or comments?
Can we add also one thing, Prabhuji, in it, if you don't mind?
Yes, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Yeah, and recently, like last week, we had Shachijani Mataji, who was part of the devotee care team. So like she was also telling, in case you want to do some services, you can always write to jbscare@jayapataka.com. So then like the JPS team also can get in touch with you, and they can help you with the services if you are interested in some other services as well. Like Prabhuji told, there are some instructions, so well and good if you do that. But if you want to get in touch with the devotee care team as well, so there is a possibility now. The team is active now. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. This I want to do.
Thank you so much. Okay, any other questions? If not, I can share one more pastime of Guru Maharaj if there's time.
Please go ahead, Prabhuji. Please, sure.
So, so this is a pastime I have not seen personally, but I have known that has happened in the community of in the same hospital community. Has this been told about Guru Maharaj preaching to a nurse who was a Christian?
You can anyways always read Prabhuji. It's always nectarian to hear again and again. Yeah, please.
So, if you deeply look at Guru Maharaj's hand and his veins, they literally seem sometimes very dried out because so much of blood has gone out for testing this, that, and it is not an easy thing to take out blood for testing from Guru Maharaj's veins. And at least in some parts of the ear, it was very difficult. So this incident happened once when a Christian nurse came, and when she was trying to she was trying to put in a needle to extract some blood for testing, and she was not getting blood. Somehow the blood was not coming, though she was trying repeatedly. And of course, it must be an inconvenient, painful thing for Guru Maharaj to have that needle being implanted each time and then nothing coming out. And in that moment, Guru Maharaj, in a very joyful way, told that lady, who was a Christian nurse, that why don't you chant the name of Krishna? Why don't you chant Hare Krishna? Then see what happens. And this lady says, I am a Christian. So why would I chant the name of Krishna? And then Guru Maharaj says, do you want the blood for the test? She says, yes, I want the blood. So just say Hare Krishna and then do this. She literally chanted Hare Krishna. And she put the needle and the blood came out. And I was also remembering, did not share this, but this ILBS hospital, I'm not sure what's the full form. Is Institute of Liver and
Biliary Science.
Biliary Science, right? Liver and Biliary Science. So we used to call it ISKCON Liver and Biliary Science Institute. Basically, that the institute has been ISKCONized, basically. Why so? Because all the nurses would start doing Hare Krishna in the hospital. And the devotee doctor is, I think, going to take an initiation, or maybe may have taken initiation. That doctor who was not a devotee then, but he started treating Guru Maharaj, and probably would have taken, because at our time, he used to attend, our meets in Delhi NCR and was chanting 16 rounds already. Many nurses had started chanting in the hospital. Every now and then you would find someone who would know some sadhu, some Swamijis there in that room would come to take blessings. So I really remember the environment when Guru Maharaj was there, and that so many devotees would always be on the floor of Guru Maharaj. Really, how a devotee can convert a hospital into Vaikuntha, it's manifested in ILBS. So someone is Mahasundari Mataji saying Guru Maharaj made ILBS a Naam Hatta center. Absolutely, yes. Very, very, very nice connotation. So I am extremely grateful to our Guru Maharaj, who has accepted someone like me. And I seek blessings of every devotee who's present in this community to kindly bless me so that I can serve him, and I can assist him in his missions, and I can be of any use to him in my lifetime. Seeking prayers from everyone. And thanks again to Akshay Gausundar Prabhu for giving me a chance to glorify Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji, on behalf of JSSS Iskcon Seshadripuram. So I would like to thank you, Prabhuji, for coming and sharing your wonderful experiences with the Guru Maharaj, so that all the devotees who are there, the disciples, the well-wishers, they can get inspired and feel more connected. And this is also a platform where, we get to interact with senior devotees. So, and I would like to mention about Vrinda Maharani Mataji. She is there on the call as well. So it's all under her guidance. We are doing this. So we are just the front face. In the back end, there is Mataji who is guiding us and taking care of all the things here. So
please accept my humble obeisances, Vrinda Mataji. Okay, thank
Hare
you.
Krishna
Thank you.
Prabhu, Dandavats. Thank you for such a wonderful and inspiring session. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for inviting. Thank you so much.
thank you, Prabhuji. So one time we'd like to thank Prabhuji by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And we are waiting to listen from Mataji as well, her experiences.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Wonderful recitation.